Hey friends, today we are talking about karma as well as karma yoga. Now I will be sharing about these totally deeply fascinating topics from a yogic perspective as I studied during my yoga training at Srimat Yoga in India. It is a wonderful ashram that offers yoga and Ayurveda trainings and immersions for 1 month. They have 200-hour Yoga Alliance certifications, 500-hour Yoga Alliance certifications, as well as Ayurveda immersions and trainings. And I had an absolutely wonderful experience there. And we'll be sharing from what I learned during that experience, as well as, adding my own experience and reflections to this discussion as I am inspired to do so. So without further ado, let's talk about karma. What is karma? When asked this question, most people are going to tend to respond cause and effect, or cause and consequence, or consequences, or that shit that happens, or something else negative. But simply put, it means action. Karma is action. The root of the word karma actually means to do. So in my yoga training, I learned that there are 3 types of karma. Type number 1 is duties as per your dharma. So this is called sakama. This is what you're meant to do here on earth. The second type of karma is prohibited action, the so-called bad karma. This is called nishita. Nishita. I'm not sure about pronunciation, so I apologize if it's incorrect. This is bad action. This is slapping. This is violence. But of course, in context, slapping or harming someone, being violent, can be a good action, can be right action if it's in self-defense or to save another person, something like that. So it's not quite as black and white as we would like to make it. But the essence of nishita is consciously breaking man-made or natural laws, such as ingesting poison, which many people do in the form of coffee or alcohol or cigarettes or something like that. The third type of karma is selfless action. This is called nishkama. And ultimately, it's stepping into a space of service, into teaching, in sharing what it is with the world, what we're meant to be doing here. It's being of service. It is not withholding information, not withholding our knowledge, our sacred knowledge. It's also work for the sake of work, like being a mother or a father, or the example given in my yoga class was rainfall. It's raining for the sake of rain. It's raining because that's what rain does. Rain rains. It's volunteering as well. Volunteering your time, volunteering in charitable acts of service, helping others without the expectation of receiving anything in return. It's making YouTube videos for free. It's sharing your information in blog posts or things like that. It's teaching, it's sharing. It's also using discrimination, so it's sharing information to a specific audience with specific intentions, knowledge appropriate to the audience. Before we move on, I'd just like to review the 3 types of karma action. First, we have sakama, which is karma action related to dharma, our calling, our purpose. We have nishida, which is prohibited action, as well as nishkama, which is the selfless action. So next I'd like to discuss karma yoga. And so we have karma, which of course means action, as well as the word yoga, which means union. So karma yoga is experiencing union in the field of action. It's yoga in everyday life. Oh, y'all, this is so exciting. This is yoga on your mat. It's yoga off your mat. It's yoga with every breath you breathe, with every step you take, with every action, with every thought, with every word. Yoga, union, karma, action, united action. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thought. It's such a beautiful intention to live a life of karma yoga. That is my highest aspiration, friends. That really is. And it's a lifelong process. We get to keep practicing our yoga every moment of every day of our lives, if we choose to do so. And karma yoga, of course, can be practiced by anyone, agnostic, if you have a religion, if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're Buddhist, if you're Hindu, whatever your faith or, non-faith, you can practice yoga, you can practice union with your actions. You don't have to be any type of religion or not have a religion. It's really something that can enrich your life, whatever kind of background you're coming from. So the thought with karma yoga is that every action will produce a result. This is what most people think of when they hear the word karma. Every action produces a result, cause and effect, cause and consequence. Actions also are thought to give rise to emotions. Emotions being energies in motion, energies that pass through us, energies that flow through us, energies that often get stuck and we identify with them and attach to them and hang out with them for way too long, when really it is simply energy in motion, self-liberating energy in motion that just needs to flow on through. So let's think about karma yoga from an analytical standpoint, from our left brains, friends. Let's step into that space for a minute. Karma is neutral. Karma is impartial. But we like to kind of segregate things, categorize things into good, bad, and neutral. So good would be karma action that produces results that exceed our expectations. Neutral karma would be an action that produces results that match our expectations. And bad karma would produce consequences that are below our expectations. And when we have these below expectations results, we often experience negative or unpleasant emotions. And we attribute the cause to our circumstances. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be something I did. We tend to attribute the consequences to our environment versus attributing the consequences to our own actions, to the person. But we do the opposite when we look at other people. We blame it on them, not the environment. So the solution to working with our expectations as related to our actions is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. And again, this is something that's taught in Western psychology as well. And I was really happy to make these connections during my training, because prior to my yoga training, I'd had quite a lot of psychotherapy, group therapy, family therapy, all the different kinds of therapy. And there was this phrase that kept coming up: trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. And I didn't really get it. And now, about 7 years, 8 years nearly into my spiritual awakening, psychological awakening, all kinds of awakening, physical awakening, I'm really getting that it is the process. It is the day-to-day. That's what matters, is enjoying, refining, working on, articulating the process. And if we can enjoy the process, then whatever results happen are just going to happen. We'll talk about that later. My yoga teacher also stressed that it's okay to have expectations. Expectations aren't something we have to get rid of. They're not something that maybe even it's possible to get rid of. But the bottom line is there's no need to shame ourselves for having expectations or feel like we need to eliminate our natural propensity to create expectations. Don't bully yourself. We're just specks in the scheme of things. Expectations need not be fulfilled 24/7. And friends, they're certainly not going to be fulfilled 24/7. If you've lived life at all, then you know this. We need to consider all of the internal and external factors in creating expectations, in creating realistic expectations. Our scope, our goal, our aim is only to do the best we can and leave the rest to the divine, to the universe, to the higher organizing system, to God, to spirit, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, the cosmos. So the word for this higher entity or this higher system from the yogic perspective is karma phala data, is the dispenser, the giver of the fruits of our actions. Karma, again, is impartial, neither good nor bad. It simply is. We reap the results of our actions based on our interpretation of what is right. It's also important to not let someone else's karma, not let someone else's actions disrupt your understanding of knowledge, of the sacred knowledge that you have come to know and experience yourself. So being really grounded in your own experience, your own perception, your own understanding of reality and truth. You are entitled to that. You are entitled to your own understanding and your own process, and it may be different from others, and that is just fine. Now, the results of karma from a yogic perspective are to be taken as a sacrament. They are sacred. The results of our karma, these sacraments, are designed to help us develop what is called prasada buddhi, which means calm and collected intellect. The objective of karma yoga, this notion of yoga in everyday life, is to develop prasada buddhi, this calm and collected intellect. And prasada buddhi, in essence, at its core, is acceptance, perceiving what is as it is. is. Not liking it, not disliking it, not pushing it away, not taking it on, just accepting it, perceiving what is as it is. My yoga teacher also talked about prasada buddhi as accepting karma, so accepting our actions, accepting things as they are, in the same way that a Christian accepts Holy Communion without asking the priest for a fresher wafer. Isn't that awesome? Right? We accept the results of our actions, whatever they are, good, bad, otherwise. We just accept them. We don't ask for something different. We know and we acknowledge that it is a sacrament. And it might not be as fresh as we'd like, or as tasty as we like, or as crunchy and crisp as we like. It's a sacrament, so we accept it. We get what we get. So then, of course, the question of injustice and karma comes up. What about these innocent people who are going through XYZ tragedies? What about this genocide or this terrible event, or these bad things in the world that are taking place? And what my teacher suggested was a few questions, which I will pose here. So what is our domain of influence? Us personally. How do I wish to address the so-called injustice? Do I want to go to the country? Do I want to get involved in a cause to disrupt this injustice by disrupting and piercing through ignorance? Do I want to spread awareness? What can we do about it? What is our karma? What is our call to action? And that's something that only you can answer for yourself. My yoga teacher suggested thinking about karma and dharma as the path of least resistance. So whatever will align your actions with your purpose, your mission, why you are here on this earth at this very moment in time, in your very human body, having the experience that you are in, whatever aligns those two things together, do that, my friends, and this world is sure to be a better place. So that's all I've got about karma and karma yoga. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I really appreciate you watching this video and sharing this reflection with me. I love talking about yoga and philosophy and these deeper truths and principles. And if you're really intrigued by what I've shared, it's just scratching the surface. You may want to look at the Srimath School of Yoga website and their courses and offerings. They go way deeper than what I just shared here. And there really is just so much to learn, a really beautiful, infinite well of knowledge that is yoga. So thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more videos. I'm sharing new videos every single day, so lots of good stuff to look forward to. Ask me any questions in the comments. I will make a video to address your question or topic, and I'd love to be in more conversation and engagement with you, my lovely friends and viewers. So thank you so much. Much love to you. Namaste.